Hey there everyone, welcome back to our channel. You've probably heard the whispers, China's economic prowess might be on the decline. The world has watched in awe as China transformed from a nation primarily known for its agriculture to a global powerhouse, driving technological innovation and international trade. But as they say, all good things must come to an end. Economic indicators have started raising eyebrows, suggesting that the era of the Chinese economic miracle might be heading towards a crossroads. Today, we're going to unravel the story behind the possible end of the Chinese economic miracle, and it all leads back to a pivotal event that took place half a century ago. So grab your virtual passport as we embark on this insightful journey together. But first, let's establish the backdrop. We'll start by looking at the meteoric rise of China's economy, how it went from being a largely closed-off society to an economic juggernaut that had the world looking east for opportunities. Now, picture sprawling modern cities that seem to have sprung up overnight, with dazzling skyscrapers reaching for the clouds. This is the face of the new China, an economic powerhouse that emerged from the shadows of history. But let's rewind a bit. Decades ago, China was primarily an agrarian society, far removed from the glitz and glamour we associate it with today. Then, in the late 20th century, an economic earthquake rumbled through the country, setting the stage for a transformation that would captivate the world. It all started with Deng Xiaoping's daring economic reforms in the late 1970s. Deng recognized that China needed to open its doors to the global market in order to thrive. Foreign investment poured in as China embraced market-oriented policies and embraced trade with the outside world. In no time, China transformed into the world's factory. Its low-cost labor and immense manufacturing capabilities made it an irresistible destination for multinational corporations seeking cost-efficient production. The result, an economic explosion that skyrocketed China from being a mere observer on the world stage to becoming a key player in the global economy. Cities like Shenzhen, once a modest fishing village, evolved into vibrant metropolises with cutting-edge technology, bustling markets, and a pace of growth that left the world in awe. It's truly astonishing how China's journey from an agricultural society to an industrial titan happened within just a few decades. But as we'll see, rapid growth often comes with its own set of challenges. As we explored in the previous segment, China's rise to economic prominence was nothing short of remarkable. But recent data has led economists and analysts to raise important questions about the future trajectory of China's economy. Let's take a closer look at some of these indicators and the concerns they're sparking. First up, GDP growth. For years, China's economy enjoyed double-digit growth rates, catapulting it to the ranks of the world's largest economies. However, in recent times, the growth rate has started to slow down. While still impressive by global standards, this slowdown raises concerns about China's ability to maintain the rapid pace of expansion that defined its economic miracle. Another red flag waving on the horizon is the ballooning debt levels. China's economy relied on substantial borrowing to fuel its growth from public and private sources. But with debt comes the risk of instability. Mounting debt can strain the financial system, potentially leading to economic turmoil if not managed effectively. And then there's the issue of demographics. China's one-child policy, implemented to control population growth, has resulted in an aging population and a shrinking workforce. This demographic shift has implications for economic productivity and places additional pressure on pension and healthcare systems. On top of these concerns, there's the environment. China's rapid industrialization led to environmental degradation and pollution, which is now a pressing challenge that needs to be addressed. So as we can see, the road ahead isn't all smooth for China's economic miracle. The remarkable journey that we discussed earlier now faces significant hurdles that cannot be ignored. Now, to truly understand why the Chinese economic miracle might be at a turning point today, we need to take a journey back to the late 1960s. Mao Zedong, the founding father of the People's Republic of China, launched what he called the Cultural Revolution. This was a period of intense social and political upheaval that lasted from 1966 to 1976. Mao's vision was to purge China of traditional elements and instill radical communist ideology. Schools and universities were closed, intellectuals were persecuted, and the economy suffered significant disruptions. This event had far-reaching consequences that would impact China's economic development for decades to come. As schools and educational institutions shut down, a generation was denied access to proper education. This disruption hindered the development of human capital, which is a vital component of any thriving economy. The economy also took a hit. Production slowed down, businesses were disrupted, and the social chaos of the Cultural Revolution created an environment that was hardly conducive to economic growth. When we fast forward to the late 1970s, it's clear that the echoes of the Cultural Revolution influenced the need for the economic reforms that Deng Xiaoping would later introduce. The Cultural Revolution, with its disruption of education and economic systems, laid the groundwork for the challenges that the Chinese economy faces today. The connection between history and the present is becoming clearer, isn't it? Well, there's more. The late 1970s marked a turning point for China. Deng Xiaoping, a pragmatic leader with a forward-looking perspective, recognized the need for change. Deng's economic reforms were a direct response to the turmoil of the Cultural Revolution and the economic stagnation it had caused. Deng realized that the path to prosperity lay in embracing the global market. He introduced a series of reforms that aimed to open up China's economy to the world. Foreign investment and trade became cornerstones of these reforms. Special economic zones were established to attract foreign businesses and investments. With these bold steps, China shifted from a closed, centrally planned economy to one that encouraged entrepreneurship and innovation. The result: an economic explosion that transformed China's landscape. The nation's vast labor force and newfound market-oriented policies attracted multinational corporations. Cities like Shenzhen, once small and insignificant, became symbols of China's economic dynamism, showcasing the power of opening up to global markets. Deng Xiaoping's reforms ignited a fire of economic growth that fueled China's rise to prominence on the global stage. Imagine colossal assembly lines, churning out products that find their way to every corner of the globe. This image encapsulates China's role in the global economic landscape. Thanks to Deng Xiaoping's reforms, China unleashed its manufacturing potential. The nation's low-cost labor and massive workforce made it a prime destination for companies seeking to produce goods more affordably. With foreign investment pouring in, China's factories buzzed with activity, producing everything from electronics to textiles and beyond. The sheer scale of China's manufacturing capabilities were unmatched, earning it a reputation as the go-to destination for outsourcing production. As a result, China became an export powerhouse. Its goods flowed into markets across the world, becoming a cornerstone of global supply chains. Cities like Shenzhen transformed from sleepy towns into bustling industrial hubs, attracting talent, investments, and technology from all corners of the world. The world's factory status wasn't just about manufacturing. It was about China's ability to adapt, innovate, and embrace change on an unprecedented scale. China's rise as an economic powerhouse came with its fair share of challenges. Let's start by addressing one of the most pressing concerns: income inequality. While millions benefited from China's growth, there has been a noticeable disparity between the urban and rural populations, as well as among different regions within the country. Then there's the environment. China's rapid industrialization took a toll on its environment, leading to pollution, deforestation, and other ecological issues. Debt also became a cause for concern. As China powered its growth with borrowed money, debt levels soared, particularly among state-owned enterprises. Ghost cities, those sprawling urban complexes with few inhabitants, became symbolic of misallocated resources and imbalanced property markets. And let's not forget labor issues. Despite its manufacturing prowess, China faced challenges related to labor rights, working conditions, and fair wages. These challenges illustrate the complex trade-offs that come with rapid growth, a reminder that economic success isn't without its hurdles. As we piece together this intricate puzzle, the historical event from 50 years ago starts to play an even more significant role. We've talked about China's astonishing growth, but with growth comes change. China's one-child policy, implemented to control population growth, has led to a demographic imbalance. The consequences are clear: an aging population and a shrinking workforce. These demographic shifts have far-reaching implications for China's economic landscape. The pressure on pension and healthcare systems is mounting as the elderly population increases, putting a strain on resources and potentially affecting economic stability. Moreover, the urban-rural divide remains a challenge. Urban areas have seen rapid development, while rural regions face disparities in terms of access to resources and opportunities. This isn't just a demographic challenge, it's an economic one too. A smaller workforce can impact productivity and overall economic growth. As China grapples with these demographic shifts, finding sustainable solutions becomes a priority for ensuring continued economic success. So how does this connect to the historical event from 50 years ago? The pieces of the puzzle are falling into place. The remarkable transformation of China's economy from an agrarian society to a global powerhouse is undeniable, but the path to this point has been far from smooth, and the challenges it faces today are complex and multifaceted. As we've seen, the event from 50 years ago, the Cultural Revolution, had a profound impact on China's trajectory. Its echoes can be felt in the challenges of today, from educational disruptions to demographic imbalances. Income inequality, environmental concerns, debt accumulation, and an aging population are just a few of the puzzle pieces that shape China's economic landscape. So where does this leave us? Are we witnessing the end of the Chinese economic miracle? Well, that's the million-dollar question. While China faces challenges, it's also shown remarkable resilience and adaptability throughout its history. The very challenges it confronts can serve as catalyst for innovation and change. China's leadership, aware of these challenges, is taking steps to navigate a future that's more sustainable and inclusive. The story of China's economic miracle is far from over. The past 50 years have been a journey of incredible growth, resilience, and transformation. So is the Chinese economic miracle truly coming to an end? The challenges we've discussed, along with the event 50 years ago, the Cultural Revolution, set the stage for the complex landscape China faces today. As the country navigates these challenges, it's clear that the next chapter in China's economic journey will be a crucial one. As we conclude this exploration, let's remember that the story of a nation's economy is a living, evolving narrative shaped by history, shaped by challenges, and shaped by the determination of its people. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your fellow explorers, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content.